Okay, Happy New Year. Welcome to the Alpine Church of Spiritual Living. I'm going to be reading the thought for the week. And you can listen to me as I read the bottom of it too, because of our change in procedures this morning. Happy New Year. Ringing in a new year brings time for reflection, as well as planning for newness and reaching higher heights of awareness, expectations, and experience. What better time than now to access where we have been in consciousness and where we would like to be? One of the fundamental teachings of New Thought is that there is one power and presence, God, omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. Let us emphasize one. There is one power, not two. This one power is whole, complete, and perfect. This power created all and is in all, through and present within all of its creations. Humankind is made in the image and likeness of God. We have within us the pure potential of experiencing wholeness if we but become one with the one, as the Christ so demonstrated and instructed us. Jesus, the man, showed and taught us how to become the Christ by knowing our oneness with God the Father. Emmett Fox, the metaphysical author, minister, and teacher, enumerates 7 main aspects of attributes of God, which he lists as life, truth, love, intelligence, soul, spirit, and principle. As we go within, pray, and meditate on these attributes, our lives reflect outwardly what we have joined together inwardly. Today, right now, is the perfect time for each of us to steep ourselves in these divine attributes. Nothing is more important than doing the work of elevating our consciousness to let go of the lesser so that we may experience the greater. Nothing is more important than accepting our oneness with God the Father, as Jesus the Christ so taught. In this new year, I am ready, willing, and able to accept my oneness with truth, love, intelligence, soul, spirit, and principle. No more do I believe in separation and duality. I am one with the one, and it is so. So Happy New Year. We're here on the 1st of January. Happy new life. Do you feel that that's the case? Do you feel like you've got a new beginning starting here? It doesn't really matter what the calendar page is saying, because we all have the opportunity and the choice to begin a new life, a new way of being, at any moment, at every day, when we have the awareness and when we allow ourselves to accept that newness is happening now. We are going to be studying the Principles of New Thought. It's our new book in our book study. It's written by April Moncrief, and I've chosen her book to emulate and to look at this whole month. And today's topic is the nature of God. And as I wrote in the thought for the week, as I just read, that there is one power. That is crucial. That is the mainstay, the foundation, the fundamental building block from which all of our teachings are based upon. There is not duality, there is not separation, that we are literally one with all of these beautiful attributes of God. And they were life, this is what Emmett Fox brought forth, life, truth, love, intelligence, soul, spirit, and principle. But you know what? Every one of those words, and they are just steeped in deepness, every one of those concepts and ideas, principles, are literally beyond what we as a finite being can comprehend. This one power and this one presence is broader, infinite in nature. And so as we come into this world as a human, We have within us, though, that spirit of the infinite, of the divine within us. And it is I believe, our joy, our playfulness to join those two arenas together in what we call this life experience, to blend the human and the divine. And as we in New Thought, and we here in Alpine Church of Spiritual Living, we believe that it is so important to, especially by this point in our lives, to emphasize and bring forth that infinite spiritual nature that is ours, to get to know it at a deeper level, and to get to allow it to filter through all of our thinking, all of our expectations, all of our desires, all of our intentions, and let it guide and direct us. You know, through generation after generation after generation, the human experience has accepted this idea of duality, of good and evil, of right and wrong, of contrast, because that's what we see. That's what we have, quote, experienced in the past. But as we recognize and we go back to the teachings of the master teacher, Jesus, who came to earth as a human, taught us that when we go within, and how did he do it? He prayed, he joined his consciousness with the one to the point that he knew there was no difference, no separation between he and the Father, he and God, he and good. But it takes, from our standpoint right here and now, it takes a letting go. Gosh, how many months did we, in the 2022, practice and look at and work with this letting go process of letting go of what has been, of letting go of the expectations, and recognizing that when we let go, we are then available. We are then open to allowing what this infinite spirit has in store for each and every one of us in our own perfect, unique way. We in New Thought and Science of Mind teach that there is a 5-step method for prayer. And that first step is one of recognizing that there is only one power. Going back to the beginning of what I'm talking about here, the first principle, there is one. And that power is God, and it is good. And our second step in our prayer treatment is that we unify with it. Unification, meaning if God is all there is, that is everything, then that means that's what I am. And that's what that other person is, and that's what everybody is. No matter how they're acting, whether they accept it or not, whether they are experiencing it in their lives, that is the truth, that we all are this one power and presence. It's beautiful. And we join with that. Quite frankly, if we have a 5-step prayer method and we only do the first two steps, we can be done. But we as humans, with our beautiful ideas of intention and desires and wants, we want to take that third step, which is to claim what it is we want to experience in our lives. To set that intention for what is it that I want to experience. And maybe it'll be some specific thing. I want a new house, I want a new car, I want a whatever. And that's fine. I always love to say this or something better, because there's a lot of things that my finite mind may not be aware of at this moment. The fourth step in our prayer treatment is that of thanksgiving. We are so grateful that it is happening now in mind, that we have joined together with the one, and that we are available to accept and rejoice, be grateful that is happening now. And then that fifth step is to release, to let it go again and again and again. How many times do we have to let it go? because it may not happen on our time schedule. It may not happen in the way that we thought it would or should or could. And so that release, knowing that we have spoken our word, we have accepted that God is our life, that we are God's life. There is no duality, there is no separation. We are ready to experience life at a deeper level. To quote Emmett Fox, God is the only real presence. All the rest is but a shadow. God is perfect, good, and God is the cause only of perfect good. God never sends sickness, trouble, accident, temptation, or even death itself. We bring them upon ourselves by our own wrong thinking. God, good, can cause only good. And then he quotes James chapter 3, verse 11. The same fountain cannot send forth both sweet and bitter water. Let that sink into your consciousness, into your awareness. There is one fountain that produces good, that produces love, that produces all of the beautiful aspects of God. Remember, what did Jesus teach us? We look at his life as his example, and that's what we have to work with in order to bring our lives into that same alignment that his was. He said, greater things than these ye shall do, if you do what I say, if you do what I'm showing you what to do. And what did he do? He prayed. Do you know how many times this individual prayed to God? Not my will, but thine be done. That's that adding that little nuance of this or something better. Thy will be done, God. In just a little bit, we're going to be going through the 12 qualities of God. And I'd like you to be prayerfully thinking about, as we start that process, which one or maybe two of these qualities you would like to emulate in this coming year. And then focus your attention on different ways that you can view that. We've named 7 of them that Emmett Fox did, but the qualities of God I'm talking about are abundance, balance, beauty, freedom, joy, love, order, peace, power, unity, wholeness, and wisdom. Those are a little bit deeper than what the 7 qualities, it's more specific, I suppose, than what Emmett Fox had to say, but it doesn't really matter the numbers or the specific ones. What we're going to be doing is a process of bringing forth the one in particular that speaks to your mind. This is a new year. That means that we have to let go of the old. I wanted to share with you how many of you read Eileen Cady this morning or yesterday. Okay. This morning is perfect because it's January 1st. She's got a daily read for every day of the year. But I wanted to share December 31st because I think it's important to recognize that we need to let go before we can move on. And I believe that this reading of hers is spot on. Once you have taken a step forward in faith, never look backward or start regretting what you have left behind. Simply expect the most wonderful future and see it come about. Leave all the old behind. It is finished. Be grateful for the lessons you have learned and for the experiences you have had, which have all helped you to grow and have given you a deeper understanding. But never try to cling on to them. What is waiting for you is far, far more wonderful than what you have left behind. When you have placed your life under my direct guidance and direction, how can anything go wrong? It is when you have taken a step forward and then wonder if you have done the right, and you will allow doubts and fears in, that things begin to crowd in on you, and you feel yourself bowed down by the weight of your decision. How many of us have done that? Second-guessed ourselves. Therefore, let go, release the past, and move forward with your heart filled with love and gratitude. So that's the first step, is to let go of what has been so that we're available, we're open. And one of the things that I'm going to ask you to do intentionally today, every day, in this coming year, is to be aware, to be cognizant, dry mouth, of your thoughts and your feelings. Let them come up and be the observer of them. Let your higher divine self observe them. Experience them. But don't be caught up in the trap of the ego that pulls you into whatever that energy is. Allow yourself that seat of wisdom to observe without judgment, without wanting it to be different. You know, we've talked a lot about our feelings and how they drive us. And for us to recognize them, that it's there for a reason, and it's there to give us, like Eileen Katie said, to let us learn a lesson, to let us bring that past up, whatever, because we will. We are human. We're going to be remembering. We're going to be bringing up, oh, if only, oh, da-da-da-da-da. But if we can sit ourselves, step back, just that 1 degree, and say, yes, that was then. What did I learn from it? How can I grow from it? What can I teach others from it? Or whatever. In other words, look for the good in it. Look for the lesson. Look for the blessing in it. And if you can't see it, which a lot of times we don't, let it go. That was then. And when the time is right, when we are open and available for the learning, for the lesson, it will come forth. You see, that's what we talk about in Science of Mind. We talk about setting our intention. So my intention is that I can learn, I can grow, I can evolve, I can let go of what is holding me back now by knowing there is a power within me that knows. There is a power within me that I allow to direct me, to give me the wisdom, to give me the strength, to give me the understanding, to give me the patience. Oh yes, I have been having what a lesson with patience lately. Those are the fruits of the Spirit, and they're more. So I ask you in this coming year, this brand new baby year, to recognize that this infinite power is here for you, to provide for you everything that you have need of. So trust it. Thy will be done. And see how great this 2023 will be. Namaste.